Hey guys, this is Strider Prime, bringing you a new edition of Bandai Models, and today I'm going to build this little kit. This is, of course, the Andromeda from the original Space Battleship Yamato, or the second season of the Space Battleship Yamato, covering the Comet Empire story arc. I've had this for a couple of years, and I got it at, I think it was at... I got this from a set that I purchased it at MosquitoCon a long time ago. This is actually, you consider, their first Mecha Collection or Mecha Collide kits at the time. And of course, I have the 1/700 scale version, and of course I recently purchased the 1/1000 scale version. Now this is a non-scale kit, but we could probably figure out the scale when we build it and measure it. This kit came from Shinza organization, I don't know what that is, but it's by Bandai, of course, when it was first released in 1979, so it's an old kit, very old kit. And I thought it would be a cool idea to build this, considering that we haven't seen the Mecha Collide version, or the updated version of this kit soon. Eventually, they'll announce it, along with the Battleship version, which is now being renamed as the Dreadnought. But I can't wait to get that kit as well. But we all remember how cool this ship looks like. It's the second coolest ship from the Yamato line, and I now just recently watched 2202, the first episode, which was really cool. You know, with this guy coming out of nowhere. So let's open it up. This kit retailed at 200 yen, so it's like about $2 kit. Probably be more expensive now because it is a rare kit. I believe Bandai still have the molds, the original molds, and they still release this. So I don't know if they're still doing it on a special occasion, but eventually we'll see a new one. So this is what the kit looks like. You can see the hull's right there. It's a two-piece hull from the middle. There's some of the winglets there. More wings here. There's the cannons. There's the front part of the ship, the thrusters, and I guess the bridge. So yeah, that looks really nice. I think there's a second layer there in that in between. And actually, no, let's just open it up. Hopefully no parts fall off. Alright. So we had that we just discussed. And of course they bent it because this holds the stand. And I guess those tubing type things in the thruster, under the ship or side of the ship, I have no idea. Oh no, that's actually holding up the wings on the side of the ship. Okay. Alright. And these are these are the ship fuel tanks. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. And all these parts are here. I'm going to use my extra thin cement because for a kit that is small, I want to make sure it's nice and accurate. And I'm going to paint it using the blue color. Let me see if I still have it on here. Alright, okay. So I have the light blue, which maybe people saying it comes out green. I don't know. But I'm going to use it anyway. And I'm going to use that in conjunction with white. And of course the very, very little red that's in there. Doesn't matter. It'd be cool. And I think the engine is black, so I do have black. It would be a nice kit to build. So let me start working on the Andromeda and see how it looks. Alright, so here is the Andromeda's fuselage already assembled and some parts glued on. It is an old kit, remember, so it's not aligned up properly, especially here where I try to sand it down as best as I can, but there's a lot of work to be done. I try to continue on, but I said no, we're going to leave it alone for now. So I got rid of as much of the seam lines as possible, especially around here, but it's not perfect. But then again, remember, this is a 1978 kit, 79 kit. I put this part here, but I guess during the drying phase, this thing turned, turned. I thought it was even, but it's turned on its side. So I'm like, God damn it, I don't want to bend it and break it. But we could always say that's part of the kit, because if we all, for those of you who, for those of you who remember the first few episodes of the second season of Space Battleship Yamato, the original one, the second season, you could say, there's that scene where the Yamato was coming towards the Andromeda and neither one of them would budge. They were playing kind of like a game of chicken, and they were, I believe, they scraped each other. So this could be part of, the Yamato actually scraping itself against the Andromeda, bending this part. So that's kind of like a hidden gag, you could say. We'll leave it like that for now. I assembled the bridge area, which is easy, and sanded down the nubs and the sides. Sanded the nubs that's behind here, and I was gonna glue this on, but I decided not to, because like in the manual here, that section of the artillery piece is white. So I don't want to put this on and then I have to begin masking these guns off so I can paint just one area white. I could hand paint it, but I could, I can try to give it the old, airbrush technique. It's, like this part here needs to be masked off and covered up so I can paint the edges white. This needs to be, this area is, of course, maxed off to be white as well. This area here, the front part of the bridge, is white. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 areas on this kit that needs to be painted white. Now there may be another area that somebody's probably going to say, no, what about this or what about that? I don't know. But that's how I'm visually seeing here. I could do, actually I can look at the original, I can look at the updated Andromeda, but it's pretty much the same thing either way. I was also putting glue here and letting it dry and putting on another layer of glue, because if you look at this section here, this is the manual. I'm sorry, this is the manual of the inside of the box, and it shows the stand, and it shows that this has to be here, and this section should be like this, and then you put the part right there, so it holds up like that. But I wanted to take it off easily, but not too easily. This thing comes out too easily, and I want to thicken it a bit so that, and I'm doing layers upon layers of glue, so that way I can thicken the part so it's easier for me to remove and place back on. I'm not gluing this on yet. I want to paint it first, then glue it on, or at least use it to take it on and off for display and showing off. So right now I just put, this is like my third layer. I'm going to let it dry, put another layer on, keep on going and see where it goes. Yeah, this is a cute little kit to build. I like it. It's not perfect, obviously. There's some gaps here, which I think I have putty. I just got to find it and fill in the seam lines, but maybe the priming will fill up the holes. We'll see what we can do on that. Alright, let's move on with this. Let's continue with this build. Alright, so I've finished assembling the Andromeda, as you can see here. And I have decided to glue the goddamn base, because no matter how many times I try to finagle with it, it still will not stick. So I said, you know what, I'm going to have to do it this way. There's no way around this. Let's see how it comes out. I'm going to use one-shot primer using gray here. See how it comes out. Actually, I forgot to turn something on. There we go. I'm using a very high PSI on this and control painting because I don't know, I feel like this primer clogs up pretty well on this airbrush. I'm using my Revolution airbrush just for like something like this, like for priming parts. Don't want to use the new one yet. I'm also thinking or considering painting the deck a different color, just so it looks like that from, you know, like on the newer ships, on the new model kits that I'm noticing right now. A water-based color, so I don't have to worry about getting my hands dirty. I just need to wash it thoroughly. That's a good gray, dark gray, you could say. I also put these parts here. By the way, if you use this type of paint and you make a mistake, just remember that, like, well, let me rephrase that. Like, if you do a mistake where you saturate the part and it's too wet, use the air on your brush to spread it out and dry quickly. I can't wait to build the paint and Andromeda. For now, I'm just doing this. That's good enough. And then let's flip it over a bit because I want to, might as well paint the sand as well. Cannot remove it anymore. Oops. This is a good base coat, and of course it covers up all the star marks and scratches and sanding that I try to work on this. Yeah, these one-shot products are pretty good from MIG. The only thing, as I said before, you're going to have to probably increase the PSI a bit. I have it around close to 25, maybe 30 PSI. I think it was rated for a much more lower PSI, but depending on your airbrush and depending on how well you clean it and it comes out, it's best to keep it at a, you know, find the right, you could say the right balance to use your airbrush so you can spray it properly. That's good enough. I think we're done. Alright, so let's let it dry for a moment and then we'll start painting.